Hello guys, welcome back to Elan app. For today's video, we're going to show you or discuss with you how to add a language switcher on Shopify. So if you're interested, let's start the tutorial. Now we all know that having our store cater to different languages is something going to be really helpful, especially if you want to tackle or add or in this case, publish or release your site globally. So in this case, first things first, let's go and visit our online store here. And as you can see on our online store, having it available in different languages is going to be really helpful. Like for example, for countries that doesn't necessarily have access or doesn't focuses on the English language, can limit their understanding on what your site actually do. And having a app, or in this case, a language switcher in your Shopify store is going to be really helpful, especially if you really want to cater to those people or potential customers. So first things first is we want to visit our, in this case, our dashboard. And you want to go ahead and go to your settings at the very bottom left here. And you want to go ahead and look for the languages option. And from here, as you can see, we have the language section. Now, what we need to do is you first need to install the Shopify App Translate and Adapt here. So in this case, if you haven't installed it yet, you may need to basically visit the App Store here, or in this case, look for it in the Shopify App Store here and just install it in your Shopify store. Now, it's fairly easy. Just go to Shopify App Store here, search for Shopify, Translate, and Adapt. Same thing, just install it. But once you've done that, the options or your language options here should be available to you. Now, in this case, by default, as you can see, this is our published languages. By default, English is published. Now, you could go ahead and add another language by clicking on Add a Language and just select your language here. Now, let's just say I want to cater to the Philippines. So, in this case, let's just add like Filipino here. I could go P or F here. Just going to look for Philippine or Filipino. F, let's go and search for it. Let's like have Filipino. And let's go and click on Add. Now, once we've added it, it's going to say Filipino was added successfully. What's next here? So translate your store content into Filipino and then publish the language. So what you could actually do here is you want to go ahead and click on the option here that says translate. You could go and click on the drop down button on it. You could go and use the translate and adapt option. Just go and click on it. Now it's going to open up the app translate and adapt here, which allows you to basically start translating your content here or your text here. So for example, for a collection, you could go ahead and go to collections here, and you could just basically translate the words that they'll be seeing. So for example, we have homepage here, so you could just say what's the homepage translation of it. So in this case, for Filipino, it doesn't necessarily have the translation for it, so it's going to say homepage here. But if I'm not mistaken, it could be paunahing pagina, but this is like a deeper translation of homepage here. But then again, you can go ahead and use that. And also for the front page here, you can go ahead and update that as well. But once you've added the translation here, you could go and click on save at the top right here, and you could go back and click on exit at the top left. Now you could do this for every products or every category that you see here, like blog posts, blog titles, and a lot more. Obviously, there are going to be a lot that you could actually translate here. So for example, if you go to cookie banner here, this is what you'll be seeing. Again, you need to translate every word that you see here. But the great thing about this app here, Translate and Adapt, you can actually auto-translate this in your store. So if you click on auto-translate, basically what it does, it automatically translates your store content using translation software powered by Google Translate. So this, every word that you see here or every content that we'll be seeing here will be translated by Google Translate itself. Also, you're about to use automatic translation for Filipino. So in this case, this will be the first of your 2 free languages here. So after Filipino, you can auto-translate it into one more language here. So you have like 2 free uses of this feature here. But if you want to proceed with this one, just click on translate. And it's going to go to the auto translation process. So this might take a while. So this might take a few hours depending on how many contents that you have on your store. But let's go back again. It might take a while, so they will email you the results via your email. But let's go and click on settings at the bottom left here. Let's go and view a few things. Go back to languages here. But once it's actually fully translated, as you can see, it's unpublished So again, I'm assuming the translation is already done. It has been automatically translated. So what you could do is you just need to click on the three-dotted option that you see here and just click on publish to publish your language. And as you can see, Filipino published. So yeah. So also, if you want to add another language here and you want to cater to that big audience as well, you could go and click on add language again, and you could go and choose your language here. Like for example, I'm going to say Korean. So maybe I want to translate this to Korean, and you could go and click on add. Now you have to go through the same process here. Go ahead and click on translate and adapt. And from here, do the same thing. You may need to access each of this one. And in this case, you should be able to see or add your translation for that specific word. But then again, you have the auto translate feature. But as of this moment, you can only do this one by one. So if you have, if you have one running right now, you just need to wait for the one that's running right now. So what's your auto translating right now? And from that on, you can just auto translate it once it's actually available. So yeah, once everything is done here and you've translate everything, you went to your settings here and published your language. So again, it's really important that you publish your language here. As you can see, you have publish here. So press publish that. So yeah, so what you could do here is you could actually change the default here. So you could make this as your like for example, you could go and change the default, exchange the default language for your store. But then again, don't want to do that. So also you have the export import option here. So if you want to export, like for example, you could add like a CSV file, export this into a CSV file, the content and the files here. You also have the import option here if you want to add your translations into your store. So yeah. So once you've done that, let's go and visit our store here just to give you some idea. Let's go and visit our store. Let's see how it's going to look like. And as you can see, this is our store. Now, as you can see, our UI is quite basic, but as you can see at the top right of our screen, we have now the English keyword on it. So if you click on it, you now have the option to switch over to Filipino if you want to. So you go ahead and click on it, and it will translate it into Filipino. As you can see, it's automatically translated for us. So in this case, mga tampok na produkto and a lot more. So yeah. So also, another thing is you may want to, if you don't see this option or this section here, you may want to edit your theme first so that you could see that. So let's go and click on customize here and see what we could do. So in here, you want to go and select your header, and you want to go and go to the right side here, for your properties, and you want to look for language selector and just make sure that this is actually turned on. So enable language selector so that people can actually change to a different language that you've set up on your store. But yeah, so those are the things that you need to do here to set up your language switcher, and that's about it. Hopefully this video was able to help you like and subscribe, but see you later. Thank you for watching.